How did you balance your academics with the cooking and selling food and all that?
I don't know. I think because I came with a completely different mindset from others that came directly from secondary school, I really was not bothered about certain things like, oh, parties. You know, when you're a fresher, you always want to go for the events, and I was really not bothered. The highest thing I did, I don't even used to go anywhere. I used to go from my room to class. Then once in a while, we would go into town.
How was this experience?
London was cold. Cold beyond my imagination because I've never been to a cold place like that before. But then, it was an experience, and I could say that I had gone to London and there was nothing special about it. As a northern babe,
You always look like you give this madam
you
vibe.
need
Like
to
when
you
they
need to
see,
fit the part.
no, you usually look like one big hajia like this.
That's the whole point.
The following is a conversation with Asma'u Nyako. Asma'u is a final year student that's graduating in a few weeks. Before this video gets up, Asma'u would already have graduated.
Nyako Asmau Abdulaziz, Bachelor of Science, Management Entrepreneurship.
Today we talk about her life here at the American University of Nigeria. All that she partook in, her little business pastry hut, and the fields that she made. She talked about the opportunities she got here, what she learned, and a few other stuff. It starts now. This is Asmau. Introduce yourself.
My name is Asmau Nyako. I'm a final year student.
You graduated in 2 weeks.
Entrepreneurship major. Yeah.
How does it feel? You've been in this school for how many years?
4.
4 years.
I don't know. I don't feel anything. I think I've done so much. I feel like it's just another thing to do and just move on.
What else do you want to do?
What else do I want to do? Do you mean like after grad?
Yeah, what's your plans?
NYSC,
Uh-huh.
then set up my business.
I want to talk about your business. Asma'u cooks. I've not yet
Yeah, I
tasted
do.
her food share, but I see her
You've not?
stuff on Snapchat. No.
You've
Just
not
see- I
bought
just
food
see people-
from Pastry Hut?
I think I've gotten from someone who did, but I've not like directly from you.
Oh, okay.
Your yam and egg and all that.
Fries.
Wait, but actually, why did you decide to start business in school?
Boredom.
For you?
Yes. When I came my first semester, I was bored out of my mind because it was class back to dorm. And I never used to go to CAF because I really was not interested in CAF food like that. I was always cooking in the dorm. So I was not like, and I make cakes. I used to make cakes. Now I don't. I've toned down a bit. So it started with cakes, chocolate fudge cakes. Then I used to put ice cream on it. So people fancied it a lot. And then it started with that. Then I think my second year, that's my third semester. I said, oh, why not like open like a proper like where you call, place an order, you have it delivered. So we did that, but it wasn't successful because of the menu. The menu was expensive, and then the items on the menu was not what like we had things like roasted chicken and mashed potato, lasagna. Sorry, not lasagna. What's the name of that pasta? Louisiana pasta, creamy pasta, and things like that. And you know, they're not things we eat on a regular day. They're things that we eat once in a while when we have maybe fine dining and the rest. So that one wasn't successful. So eventually I was able, this was so in my third year, so my second year we did the new pastry hut menu.
Wait, sorry. When
with
did you
everything.
start this cooking business? Second year?
First year. I started making cake in my first year.
First semester? For you?
Yes.
Wow. How did you don't like first semester is the hardest time. Like,
Hardest time for what?
Just still trying to fit in, make
No,
friends.
I
do
did.
some-
I did foundation before coming.
You
I
schooled in
didn't
ABSI,
come.
you schooled in
No, I didn't come directly from secondary school. I spent a year doing foundation.
in this school.
Not this school, in Regent in Abuja, before coming to AUN.
So you met some people
for
that you
uni.
really knew.
I was really not bothered about making friends because I came with my sister's mates,
Oh,
and I came
okay,
with my sister as
So you
well.
really-
My
you
sister
really-
is my younger sister.
So you already had your gangs.
not gang. They were all younger than me. They all
But-
look up to me. I was really not bothered.
But then at least because you talk to them, they were part of your social life now.
yeah, because they were always around my
Um,
sister,
uh-huh.
so they were always around me.
So your sister finally left, or she has graduated?
We're graduating together. We came together.
You have a sister that graduated with you.
Yes.
Nyako Asmau Abdulaziz, Bachelor of Science, Management Entrepreneurship. Nyako Mariam Abdulaziz, Bachelor of Arts, International and Comparative Politics, graduate with University Honors.
Let me see a picture.
She's an ICP major.
Wow, little old. And even
Yeah,
you had a
it is.
sister like in
I
this
know.
school
A lot of
graduating with.
people- Lots of people have told me that. We don't walk around like together, so how will you know that she's my sister? You might not even know who I'm talking about.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know her. She drives
She's
too.
an ICP major once in a while.
Wait, does she stay in the dome?
No, we don't stay in the dorm anymore. We used to stay in the dorm.
So when
We
did you
don't
leave?
stay. Because it's our last semester and I really saw no point staying in school.
What do you feel safe? Driving out late night? Or do you have
I don't have late night classes. That's why I tend not to stay out late. That's why I left early yesterday. Because even yesterday was late for me. Usually by 7 I'm back home.
Yeah, Asmau was the director, was the vice president of the ELS,
Vice
Entrepreneurship and Leadership Society.
Yeah.
And what I enjoyed most about your time was that time we wore green shirts. All those goodies you brought for us.
Did you guys contribute money for it?
I did not contribute to it.
Oh,
It was
shame.
your money that I was enjoying.
Shame.
Asmau is too much. Asmau is too much. So let's continue about the food and you getting bored and food cooking takes a lot of time. You know this girl recently, what's that lady's name now?
Yeah, I saw.
Bassey, 90.
Be hitting the
She's currently at
challenge.
97 hours. So,
Yeah.
so how did you balance your academics with the cooking and selling food and all that?
I don't know. I think because I came with a completely different mindset from others that came directly from secondary school, I really was not bothered about certain things like, parties. You know, when you're a fresher, you always want to go for the events, and I was really not bothered. The highest thing I did, I don't even used to go anywhere. I used to go from my room to class. Then once in a while, we would go into town. That's when our grandmoms were still here. We would go and see them.
Your grandmoms have relocated?
No, one is
It's
late.
and the other is.
The other has moved to Abuja.
Ah, yeah, so rest in peace.
I mean,
Why did she move to Abuja?
my paternal grandmom, she has not moved though. She has moved. That's the word. But she's always here, always there. So she moves about.
Wait, who stays in Abuja? Your parents? Yeah.
My parents stay in Abuja. My grandfather is in Abuja. My whole family is in Abuja.
So when you go home, where do you go to?
Home, Yola house.
Who's there with you?
It's a family house. It's a big house.
So
With
your
people
nieces,
everywhere.
Your nephew.
No, just staff. And my grandmom, as I said, she's always in and out of Yola. So my grandmom. And my other grandmom.
I mean, what relation is at home?
Who?
In your Yola house. What relation?
What relation do I have at home
No,
now?
what relation people that related to you that's in your Yola house? What are the people there?
I think one of my grandmothers is around. Yes. I have 4 paternal grandmothers. So
Your dad married 2
my
wives.
grandfather,
Your grandfather married 2 wives.
4 wives, 4 paternal grandmothers.
Wow, and they're all alive.
No, one is late. She died in my SS3.
Yeah, how is it growing up in a big family like that, such an extended? Like you're sharing grandmothers, and you can't give one all your
Yeah.
hand. The other one is going to
And
feel
we
that
grew
she's
up with them because my mom went to school, so they left us in Yola house with our grandparents. And my dad was a naval officer then, so he was in Calabar. But eventually they moved back here. But even with that, we were majorly like within grandmother's parlors. We're in somebody's parlor today. We're the next hour we're in somebody's parlor.
Was it chaotic? Did you enjoy that kind
It
of large
was.
family?
It was chaotic, and then in the sense that there were people that lived in the BQ, like staff, and they had kids our age. We literally grew up with them, so we were never in the house. We're always outside. And then my dad, there was a point of time, I think He just got tired of looking at us. He bought bicycles for everybody. Oh my God. That house, it was not quiet for even a minute.
But I think this thing is really, really fun when you're very, very young, when you're children, there are lots of people around. But as you grow older, don't you want your own personal space?
Not really. I think that's the difference between, like, in the north, people don't really get their own space. Majority, you get married into a family household, into a family house, and they just give you maybe one side. Like our own house in Yola now, the neighborhood, majority of the neighborhood has been bought by our uncles, and we even share. Like before you even come into our own house, you have to enter our grandfather's house before you enter our own house.
Wait, how big is this? Like, is this how big is this house? Just like 3 times this, 4 times this.
Our own house.
Yeah, the Yola house.
Our own Yola house.
No, like the whole building.
The whole one. I have no idea. I can't.
Like 4 times.
I think it's on Google Map. Let me check. Because I know pastry art is tagged there. But it's big.
Wow. So when you get married, they just give you 1/4. When you get
Yeah,
they don't
basically.
increase the house. Like the house.
No, as you grow, even you, like you eventually when you get married, you would want you to expand your own space now. So you buy and expand your space.
You buy from who?
Your neighbors, if they want to leave. So that's what like majority of our family. A majority of our family was surrounded by each other. So
you can't decide to go to.
You can now. We have other.
that
We
place.
live in Jamaica.
If you can't decide to go to Numan now for it, say that you don't want to
What
stay.
are you doing living in Numa?
Like you don't want to stay with your family. They just go to that place altogether. Or come to Lamido Zubairu, this area, and buy land.
You can't, but I mean, it's not more convenient for you to be around family.
No, but sometimes you don't
You
want-
have a house of your own. It's not like people are coming to enter your house to knock and say, "Sir, come out." Do you get what I mean?
Yes,
Like
I
you
do.
have your own space.
But then your family is seeing everything you're doing.
Not really. You have a house with a fence with a gate and a gate man.
Oh, but everything is.
We're in the same neighborhood.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You know what my head was thinking?
What?
Like this whole space now. So this is
This
Asmau's
is-
place. Is it?
So this is the neighborhood. You see this line here, this house from this end to this end. That's ours.
Oh.
Then this is my grandfather's.
Wow, this is. Wait.
Then
Her grandfather's.
they can't even see.
I don't know. Like this whole place.
Stop being dramatic. It's not that.
Wow, that's fucking large.
Yeah, this is my uncle's. This is my uncle.
Did he,
This is my uncle's, this is
inherited?
my uncle's.
He inherited all that.
Who?
Your grandfather,
Inherited from who?
his grandparents, and just things like that.
No, we're from Mayubelwa. That's a local government in Adamawa State. It's close to Numan. I don't know how you know Numan.
I played, bro.
What took you to Numan?
That's the story from that day. I went
It's
there.
close to Numan, but he moved eventually to Jamaica. But he moved after he became much older. I
Wait,
think
he
after
bought all
joining
that
the
land?
Navy. Yeah, during that time it wasn't that.
Costly. No, you know, inflation now, so
Yeah.
you can't say that it wasn't that costly.
Yeah, so I guess so. But it's not like he's the one that bought for everybody else. He bought and
And
he
then
just
people
said,
kept
"Oh."
expanding. Oh, that was large. That's large. Have you enjoyed your stay in this school?
So far so good. I've explored all the opportunities I can get.
Like,
Business opportunity, politics opportunity, study abroad opportunity. I did it last 2 semesters.
you know, I went to the career and told them that I wanted to go for the study abroad program. My dad was really interested in that, and that was one of the motives that made him to bring me here. I'm a transfer student, first of all. Now, they told me that they only have about 4 slots per year,
Yeah.
and they filled up their slots for this year.
Yeah. No, maybe it was particular university.
Where did you go to UK
I
or
went to London, yes.
the Richmond? How come I didn't know these things? And that's the school I'm going to get himself.
I went 2 semesters before, so I don't think you were even here. This is your 2nd semester, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I went before you came.
What was the transfer program like? AUN offers a transfer program. Like you can school here. The areas affiliated with some schools outside Nigeria in UK and America, and I don't know what other country, Italy also. So you can pay the same fees that you're paying here in this school, and you go to one of the affiliated schools, UK or wherever to study. But then you're not paying for food and accommodation. You're in charge. You're responsible for that one.
Yeah, responsible for that.
And
You
also,
pay for that.
how was you spent 1 semester or 1 year?
1 semester.
How was it experience?
London was cold. Cold beyond my imagination. Because, I mean, I've never been to a cold place like that before. But then, I mean, it was an experience, and I could say that I had gone to London and there was nothing special about it. Only because of the place Richmond is. Richmond is a white dominated area. No Africans. Or you can count the Africans with your fingers.
Oh, but what clubs did you join when you were there? Or you just...
I did not join any club.
That means you didn't like put yourself out there?
Nope.
Yeah,
I was
is
too
it like
cold
you
to
not...
even leave my room.
No, let's be cold, but obviously there'll be sometimes I will not be so cold like that.
What makes you think that?
You were cool throughout?
Yes. Even the day we were leaving, I was wearing a jacket.
Or is it like you're not so extroverted like me? If I don't put myself out there,
Yeah, I'm not so
I'll feel
extroverted
dead.
like you. I definitely know
Yeah,
that.
so like, how did you? I won't understand how like you can just stay.
I stayed in my. It was a
your
lot of
own
workload, though. As in,
It's
there,
it's not the same thing aliens worked with.
it's not the same.
Times 2?
Yes.
Why? It's not the same 6 and 5 6 courses you're taking there.
I even took 3 courses, but it's a lot of work. 1 course will give you what 3 courses will give you in AUN.
Oh, I don't know your instructor, Sha. Well, not my.
It's not CMD you're doing.
What's the major? ICP.
No, entrepreneurship.
You're doing entrepreneurship and
Entrepreneurship management.
So, and you need to 3 courses there.
Yeah.
And then in EUN credit, there are 3 credits per course.
Yeah, 3 credit per course. So 9 credit.
How come the workload was more?
I have no idea.
Did you do all?
Yeah, I did.
You got all these?
A minuses, all of them.
Yeah, A minus was 290.
Yeah. But their grading system is slightly different from ours with like with like 1 mark or 2.
Why do you say London is not so special?
Because there's really nothing special about it. I mean, they keep shouting London, 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 London. All you do is go and spend money. That's one. That's one thing that pissed me off. The fact that money was just debit, 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 debit. No credit, credit, credit.
Your parents were...
No, really. It doesn't work like that with my parents.
How
Once
does it work?
something is budgeted. Don't expect any extras.
But extras come up in life now. Emergencies, this one.
What
There's some things that you don't
emergency?
plan for.
When you're budgeting, you budget plus the emergency.
Okay, now let's say, like an ELS now, this we should bring 2K to print out certificates.
That's under my allowance now.
Oh, you get, my parents, you don't get anyone.
You get allowance, so you deal with your allowance. You handle how much you have. You manage your allowance.
So how much were you getting allowance every month? In euros? Sorry,
in pounds? I can't remember because my dad gave everything in bulk. Like he gave us for all 4 months in bulk.
Who is it, us?
My sister and I.
Yeah, your sister took 2 slots from the...
Yeah. They've not taken it for a while, so we're the only options they had.
So students are not interested in that program?
No, when Maggie left, it had died down. So, and then when she came back, that was the semester I went.
So the time of Maggie was the former president. Like, were the slots more than 4?
I don't think so. But when she was around, they had more connections with other schools.
Oh, so it was okay. Wait. Okay, like 4 people per school.
Yeah, like for Richmond, it was like 2 people per school. Per semester, my bad.
So you can like send 2 people to Richmond this semester, 2 people to Richmond next semester, and at the same time during that semester you're
No, my bad. It's 2 people per year.
Okay, but that's for Richmond.
Yes.
But then for other universities you can
I
have
have no
different
idea
deals
how
with them.
many they had.
Oh, okay.
I only know for Richmond because that's where I went.
I was asking earlier how you balanced your cooking and your academics because now first year you start doing writing 101. How many courses did you take in first? 6 courses.
6 courses.
And you see how time to cook.
It was just cake.
Second
Friday,
year.
Saturday, Sunday.
So when did you then start the cooking major? Second year or third year?
It was in my second year.
You started
But the
cooking.
thing is, I don't do the cooking myself. In my first year, I used to do the cooking myself.
Well, that was just the cake.
Second year, yes. In my second year, I outsourced.
Hey, because I was like, is it the same AUN that I'm attending?
No.
That you're attending?
No.
How are you able to balance this? So, like, business-wise, how was did you really like enjoy the whole business experience here? The customer, like, where people not gossiping like scale safe, your price is too high, or those,
Oh yes, when we opened newly, I got a lot of your price is too high, your price is too high. So I now realized that we were actually going above the regular AUN student budget for food. They're used to paying 1,200 in home taste, 1,500 in home taste. My meal was like 3,000.
Hey!
When you have things like mashed potato and
No, but the
roasted
big
chicken,
boy-
you have Louisiana
Asmau.
pasta. How much do you think is the cost of producing these items?
Well, how much are you making per? How much are you making per, like, your own profit, your own business? How much are you making per sale?
I can't remember.
600, 700, the range.
No.
1,000.
Oh my God, do you think cooking business is that easy? The highest you can make is like 200 per
Is it like?
pack. It's not a lie, especially when you're dealing with broke students. No offense. No offense to anybody. So you have to work with the market you have.
Well, were people owing you, like, I want to understand how, like,
I mean, there's
business.
customer confidentiality, so I can't say that.
No, don't mention names.
No, of course, but I still can't say.
Oh, okay. So when you're down here, you're going to open a big restaurant? After your youth
I
service?
don't know yet. I just know I'm going to do something food related, inshallah.
But if you're at home for like 3 months doing nothing, how would you feel?
I am never at home doing nothing.
So what do you do at home?
Something springs up.
Like, okay.
I'm
So
at the beck and call of my family members, so that one.
Like, do you have a wedding or?
No wedding. Like for my family now, annually we have a family reunion. And my sister and I are in charge of that. So that is a lot of work. It takes a lot of months to prepare and all that.
Wait, when you say family reunion, all the wives,
Yeah, everybody.
every single, how many families?
I don't know.
How many wives do you get that get married to?
4.
Hey, he considered his father.
My dad?
Yes, your dad.
Oh, no, my dad has 2.
Your grandfather 4.
Yes.
So from your maternal side, how many
I have 2 grandmothers.
wives did your mother's father?
My mother's father. He had 2 wives, so I have 2 maternal grandmoms.
So altogether, you have 6 grandmothers.
Yes.
Oh wow! You know, like this today.
However, 3 are late. I have 3 left.
In the South, like this is not something that you actually see at all. 6 grandmothers. Did you feel? Well, I don't know how often you visited them. Wait, so this month you visit grandmother A.
No, really. They all live in
See.
the same house.
How were you able to live in one? We're into the same house, like inside this place. How were you able to do that?
Don't you have your own room and your parlor?
Do they have their own kitchen?
There's a main kitchen for everybody.
Hey, how were they able to start?
You don't
women
cook. There's a cook that cooks for everybody.
Everybody come and take their own stuff.
No, you have somebody that will take the food upstairs for you.
Wait, what kind of movie can I watch that really depicts this whole?
Or more. I don't know.
Wait, what else are movies now?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one that would. There's one I watched on YouTube recently.
Okay, I'll wait for the link.
Alhaji kenan lafiya dai ko?
Ba bacci nake ji ba. Zan shiga ciki.
Why did you decide to major in business?
Because I plan on opening a business, inshallah. That was why.
Food business. Wait. Before you came to this school, you said you did your A-level. You did A-levels, what?
Foundation.
So what's the foundation about?
It was business foundation. You know how they do foundation in the UK? It's the same.
Why did you go into? You're not sure. You wanted to.
Yeah.
You just wanted to test the waters first.
No,
and
my
see.
dad was. We were not sure where I would study, so the foundation was just. It gave us a year to think and we plan and we strategize. So that's what we did.
But your dad was hardly at home now since he worked with the Navy.
Worked.
Is he
He's
working?
retired now.
But then it was hardly at home when you were growing up and all that.
But he was in my life when I was in SS3 now.
When did you retire?
He retired in 2010.
Were you scared sometimes that your dad would go and not come back again because of the nature of the job?
Did I even know what he was doing? He retired in 2010. I was 9.
That was long ago. Oh. Okay, well, let's continue.
Yeah, I just thought he went to work and he came back.
Oh, his work is not like other people's work.
How am I supposed to know this at 7?
Oh, I get that, yeah.
It's not that I know that what the work entails, but like when I was younger, I was really just the once in a while that, oh, Abba is here, yeah. But
Abba is father.
yeah.
Abba is father. So, you want to test the waters and then, what were your other options apart from doing business? Studying like business
I
in
was a
school?
science student.
Uh-huh. So you interested in medicine or?
Pharmacy, actually.
So what changed?
But then I started foundation. I started sciences foundation. Sorry, A levels. That was 2 years. Initially it was 2 years, but I was failing terribly. As in F's. So we now sat with the school. The school now said they did not understand my grades. They don't understand my grades. And even I did not understand it because it's not like I'm a dull student. I do not understand it because I was putting in the work. Everybody knew I was studying. Each day I was studying for like 5 hours. Everybody knew this. My mom knew, my dad knew. And we all did not fathom how it wasn't tallying up in the papers. So the school now said they would move me to foundation. So foundation is less intense than A levels. So I now said if they're going to move me to foundation, I want to do foundation arts. We kept going back and forth because they said they don't understand why they would give me arts when my background is sciences. But eventually they were like, okay, let's try it. So I did it and I was excelling. And eventually I left Regent with a distinction with honors.
So foundation of arts in business.
Yes.
Were you good at maths?
Yeah.
Were you good at chemistry, physics, all those
No,
things?
I was not good at chemistry. I was not good at physics. I mean, out of
Well, how
all
do you
of
not be
them,
good at
biology
chemistry and you're
was...
dreaming about pharmacy?
I don't know too. I was very delusional. I do not even understand
Are
it.
you still delusional?
Delusional, no. Now I know my strengths and my weaknesses. I know where I can do well. I know where I cannot do well.
What major thing do you think you've done so far in your life, with your life?
What do you
Apart
mean?
from getting a degree, like people tell you maybe you have an NGO,
I don't have an NGO. I have a registered business. Pastry hut, as you know.
How does it make you feel being a business owner?
I just want profit.
Madam.
It's not even the
Prestige.
It's not even the prestige. I just want to know that I'm satisfying my target audience and I'm getting money in return.
Yeah, because many people don't want to run businesses. Like people want to work on that because it's so much risk. You can actually do, then you'll be losing for long.
I think I've done that and I've learned my lesson. You need to understand your target audience before you do certain things. I did not understand my target audience in my second semester.
So you're saying for 3,000.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
So
articles.
eventually, when I
article songs.
eventually when I understood like the type of people I was dealing with, I was like, okay, we need to do this. We need to change the menu, make this and this and this available.
What has been your best course so far? Your best course?
Like a course in school?
Yeah.
There was a course I did in technology entrepreneurship or something like that. I loved that. Then there was a marketing course I did, consumer behavior. It was also good. Then there was marketing 201, introduction to marketing.
Consumer behavior, what's about?
Consumer behavior is about what makes the decision of your consumers.
What influences?
Yes, what influences, basically.
So how's this helping your food business?
You said, which course did I like?
Mm-hmm.
Not how did it help in my food business.
I know, but like, do you think any of these courses have actually helped you?
I think eventually they would help me, but not in the school business I have. not in the business I have in school.
So you want to go big, like build a big restaurant, like or it's chain like KFC or like how do you want to start that? What's your dream? What are you seeing?
Not a chain. I want a restaurant.
Just if one place.
I don't plan on staying in one industry for a while. Do you understand?
Wait, you don't plan to do this food stuff for a very long time.
What was your estimate of a very long time?
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years is gone.
So after do you feel like what are your interests?
I don't plan on just doing one. People are making multiple streams of income. That's what I plan on doing. I mean, the food business will be my main business, but you invest
You wear a
here
lot
and
of
there.
beads, jewelries. Like, are you interested in selling in fashion that angle?
No.
How do you get them? Your mom gets them for you, or
What?
your jewelries?
I don't even have jewelries on me. My nose ring.
Uh-huh.
I got this. No, my dad got this for me.
Oh, for real?
Actually, I got it. He paid for it. The most of my jewelry, I don't even know. Just randomly. I mean, as a northern baby, you need to.
You always look like you give this madam vibe.
You need
Like,
to.
when
You
they
need to
see-
fit the part.
No, you usually look like one big hajia like this.
That's the whole point. Do you know what it means to be in your final year of uni? Do you know?
When you say this, this one's a big girl. Let's leave her. Do the police put you two that way too when they stop you on the road?
I don't even know.
But there's something when they stop you, like you just greet or they just greet.
Yes, they say carry on.
You. Madam, you don't want this one's for Hala, this one. Well, Asmau, do you wish you never came to here?
No.
What have you enjoyed most here? I want to like know the clubs you joined, what you did here,
I was
what
part
you
of.
hated.
From my first semester, I was part of MS. No, not my first semester. My second semester, I was part of MSS. That's the
MSS,
Muslim Student Society of Nigeria.
Every Muslim that comes here is automatically MSS.
Yes, but I was part of the execs.
So what do you guys do? What's your job of an executive?
Me, I was part of. So there are committees under that MSS. There's the Shura committee. There's the Dawa Council. Then there's organizing committee. I was an organizing committee member. So we organize events, sort out the refreshment, sort out speakers, and all that.
So the Shura Council, what do they do?
Shura Council, they decide on like more of they are more of intellectually inclined. So usually MSS has this thing called Friday Digest. They send out an email with maybe just like a quote, a Quranic quote, or like a saying or like a lesson, just like maybe a paragraph or two. They send it every Friday, a Friday Digest. So the which council did I tell you?
Shura Council.
Yeah, the Shura Council handles that. Then Dawa Council comprises of 5 people. But that one they're the top execs. They make decisions within the MSS.
What kind of decision?
Like decisions on who we should get as MSS members.
Oh,
Who we should if somebody has messed up somewhere,
Losaki.
they handle that and things like that.
I heard you swim.
You heard? Where did you hear?
I heard. So
Yeah,
how did you learn to swim? And
I learned from a very young age, maybe when I was like 10.
what was your childhood like? So like you're going for swimming class. Basically, like what can you remember from your childhood?
Riding bicycles in this hot sun. There was a point of time we had roller blades,
What was that?
roller skates.
Oh, why did you call it blades?
Because they're two different things. Skates have 4 tires, blades have the 4
Two.
tires that are straight. Do you
Oh,
get?
they don't
Roller
have
skates
four, one,
have
two,
4.
three, four.
One,
Okay,
two,
okay,
one,
okay.
two. Then roller blades are straight. Then there was a point we had kites.
With paper.
No, proper kites. Like my dad traveled and got us kites. And I remember mine got stuck on the barbed wire or something like that. Then I remember we had there was one at some point the backyard of our house had a lot of swings and playhouses, and we were there from morning till night. I remember that one thing I remember about my childhood is we used to leave our own side of the house early in the morning. Immediately we shower, we've left the house. We've gone into the main house. as we go and meet those kids that I told you we grew up with, and we're just everywhere else but inside the house. Then we come back immediately, they call for Maghrib prayer. That's around like 6:20, 6:30. So when they're calling for prayers, you know it's time to go back into the house.
Growing in a big family like that, is that the kind of family you envision for yourself? Are you really be okay with your husband getting another wife?
I don't mind. I mean, it's the religion. Do I have anything to say?
No. Personally, how do you feel about it?
I don't know how I'd feel about it. I mean, I grew up with 2 moms in our house. I grew up with my siblings together with them. So I really don't know. I feel like I'll be okay with it. Of course, I might be pained, but do I have a choice? I don't really have a choice.
You won't be jealous.
So one thing I've understood is the concept of marriage the concept of marriage in Islam is completely different from the concept of marriage in other religions and cultures. Okay, for example, like in Christianity, they preach monogamy, right? And Islam allows polygamy. So in Islam, marriage entails different things. You can marry somebody for security.
Financial security.
Yeah, financial security. You can marry somebody for maybe love. You can marry somebody for connections. Then there are different things. So, I mean, when you think about marriage in Islam deals with you as a person, you come together to make something. So, all of you people have to be whole people. Do you understand what I mean? You have to be your own person. Yes, so that when a conflict happens, you can step out and analyze the whole thing without
taking it to personal.
Yes, without taking it too personal. Do you understand? So you can be a first wife and your husband says he wants to get a second wife. You might not know the reason behind that. It might be for security. It might be for the girl's security, like for him to secure her. Because Islam preaches that a man is supposed to keep you secured, he's supposed to provide and all that. So it might be for that reason, it might be for connections, it might be, but you might not know the reasons. Do you understand?
What do you mean by secure? Like he's beating the girl, he is obligated to help a girl that he feels that is not secure on her own?
No, that's not what I mean. What I mean is, okay, so there are cases that in the society, a divorcee is looked down upon. Do you know that?
In all religions, it's like that.
Yeah, is looked down upon. A man can marry her to stop that stigma from her. That's what I mean by security.
Oh.
Do you understand? So that is one of the reasons.
You said one of the reasons for getting married. You say maybe love. Why did you use that tone?
Did I say maybe love?
Maybe love. Yeah.
No, I'm giving you like instances. I gave you like 4 different reasons.
Do you believe in
of
love?
Marriage? Yeah, I believe in love now. What do you mean?
So you like all this honeymoon story? You buy them this Disney.
No, that they are delusional. Those ones. I cannot. They are not in reality.
What's love to you?
Acts of service.
What do you mean?
To be able to look after one another without malice, without thinking, what am I gaining from it? That's what I mean by love. Doing like
selflessly.
Yeah, selflessly, basically.
Selfless service.
Yes.
And
being able to reciprocate it.
I think I like how you brought that angle because I can be doing stuff for you.
No, it has to be both ways. It can't be just from one end. It has to be both ways.
Have you been in any long-term relationship with anyone before?
Yes, I have.
What did your experience teach you?
You have to be your own individual.
I like that you're actually reinforcing this. You have to be your own individual. You have to be wholesome first.
Yes, you have to be your own self. You have to have your things straight. Because as I heard in one of, I think it was a YouTube video I was watching, somebody said you can't be 50% and come and marry somebody that is 100 and expect both of you to be balanced. You don't expect to have equal services. You don't expect to have equal services towards each other because you're at a 50%, he's at 100, or she's at 100, you're at a 50. There's no possible way that it's going to be balanced. You won't both be at your best. Do you understand?
Yeah, I read a little poetry and there was this page in, you know Rupi Kaur? She wrote Milk and Honey. There was this page in her book that I can never ever forget in my life till I die. She was like, I want to be so full on my own. I want to be so complete. Then two of us can come together and set the whole city on fire.
Can you imagine? Yeah, I understand
I
what
want
you
to be
mean.
so full on my own first. I want to be so complete. When I came to UN, I was very, very, very excited. How, like, from the airport, how people, the volunteers treated me, and when I came to school, I saw the beautiful environment and everything. And I kept putting myself out there and out there. But I never saw you as a volunteer. I never saw you, like, you never, I didn't really see you as small in all these activities. Why didn't you put yourself out there?
I was really not interested.
Do you wish, looking back now, would you wish that you
Nope.
involved yourself more in stuff?
I love how I treated AUN and how AUN treated me. I'm good.
How did you treat you?
I treated it like I was on transit. And it treated me like I was on transit too. Because I was on transit for 4 years. It's not like I'm going to be here for the rest of my life.
What, looking back, what has hurt you the most here?
I didn't take my academics that serious. I mean, it's not like I'm not a serious student, but I settled for the bare minimum.
Okay, what do you think about this Dean's Days President's Day Honor Society? What do you really think about academia? Like, do you think it's something to strive for and to kill
Yeah,
yourself?
definitely.
Kill yourself
That's
over?
one thing I regret. I mean, that's one thing I regret. Not like I was okay with it wasn't the bare minimum because I was doing my best, but I could have done more. Do you understand? Yes, I could have done more.
So do you think your food business was the distraction?
When I set it up at first, it was. That's in my second semester. When I set it up at first, it was because I was putting the business first and not academics.
Do you think you're going to pressure your parents, pressure your children when you have children academically, like to come back with A's and all that?
Yes, not pressure, but I mean, you know, when you have kids, everybody has his own capacity. Not all of your kids are going to get A's. Not all of your kids are going to be brilliant. I mean, there's a certain standard for everybody. So if you know the standard for each kid, then each kid should live up to their standard.
Were your parents academic?
When I was
Pressure.
young, yes.
As you stay growing, like they start letting their guards down or what?
No, really. Even in secondary school, my parents were still strict about academics. But as we got to uni, I don't know if we all just got busy. But once in a while, my dad would say, "Oh, how are you doing?" Like constantly, he would ask, "Oh, how are you doing in school?" You say, "Good now," but like he doesn't say, "Bring report card."
Oh, you don't submit your result? You don't show them your result?
No, me, I just show when I know I've done a good job.
It's not like that in my house, though.
You submit your results?
Hey, not like it's submitted, but academic is something so
No,
prestigious.
my dad is always saying like that he's proud Mariam and I are graduating university, that he's not bothered about the grades, that he knows we've done our best, and that university is not only about academics. University is a mixture of
Learning,
leadership,
experience.
socializing, academics, and every other thing. So, and he said we've done well in the other aspects.
How does he know that you've done well?
I mean, he knows what we're up to now in school.
Was he in this school?
He knows about the clubs we're in. We talk a lot with our dad, so he knows what we're up
Yeah, I remember that time I told you I was telling you about my sister wanting to do a documentary here, and then you told your dad was like that you talked to your dad about it, and yeah, it's not safe. And I was like,
it's not
so
safe.
you guys actually talk this deep, like,
to. Yeah, no.
like I felt wow, this connection is, it gets like this little stuff. Wow. What kind of man do you want?
Man,
Yeah. What kind of husband do you envision? Characteristics, qualities.
Whatever that God chooses for me.
Name personality trait, character trait, and what do you
I
live
honestly
on?
do not know. The thing is, I can live with people. I know how to live with people.
You can live with a drunk and that drinks, takes alcohol.
God forbid. God knows that is not the best for me.
See, no. Just list your expectations or demands from your partner.
I expect you to provide. I expect you to be religious. I expect you to be sound academically. I expect you to be kind. That's it.
Religious, sound academically, provide, and be kind. So, if any of these boxes don't tick, it's a no-no.
I've really not thought about it like
Can you
that.
manage on sound academically?
Like for me to be having a conversation with you and you're not even understanding my jokes. Is that what you mean? When I say sound academically, I mean like when I'm
It's
talking
smart.
about certain things, you understand what I'm talking about. There are certain jokes that if you're not sound academically, you will not understand
And you
it.
might take off, like, you might be offended.
So no thank you.
You've been here, Yola, for how long?
Since my childhood.
Have you ever felt have you had any bad experience here, like someone tried to kidnap you? Or...
No. Yola is quite safe.
But when I go there, why don't I feel safe?
Because they instill fear in you people in AUN. They make you look like Ajabotas. When you go out, somebody's gonna kidnap you, somebody's gonna steal your phone. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that.
So, like, no one has stolen any of your stuff before?
No.
No one has harassed you, like maybe come and start begging you for money anyhow, or the kind of...
No. I mean, I don't know how to explain this. I mean, people in Yola, let me not use Yola and generalize, but people are in hardship. So if there's a point that somebody says, oh, they need this and this and this, please, can you help out? Come. I don't consider that as harassment. But...
You know, I once went to Gombe. What state was that? What was the state? And then we went to a fast food, to a restaurant. And I saw these guys bringing these guys with full flask, like their flask, waiting for the customers.
To finish eating.
There's enough. This was the first time in my life seeing such a thing. I was like...
I don't think we have that in Yola.
Have
you seen it?
But then how do you know about it?
Because I've heard of things like that being done. But...
How do you feel like when you're traveling and seeing people that are in serious poverty in Nigeria? How does it make you feel?
I mean, they're in poverty, but you never know what somebody's going through. That's one. Secondly, I don't know how to explain this, but I feel bad. But I mean, it was not my fault. That sounds very insensitive, but there's a certain limit to what I can do. If these people, let's say on the road, and I see them and I give them money, the money would only go a certain way, like a certain, what's the word? You understand what I mean?
So far.
Yes, can only go so far. If I empower these people, and you can't just randomly meet people on the road and empower them. I hope you know that people are using this as kidnapping scheme. When you stop to pay to give somebody money or you stop to help people, they kidnap you. That one too is another problem. Have you thought about it?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, people are going through hardship in Nigeria. And I don't know. There's nothing I can do about it. I can only help the people around me. That's so much that I can do.
My aunt is not talking about the individual poverty. My aunt about the group. Like I saw 4, 5, 7, 8 guys taking flask. So like when you're leaving, there'll be when you throw something from the bus, they go and pick up the waterproof and then open it to see if anything is there so they can eat. And
I wonder what their situation was.
It doesn't make you feel emotional. Like you don't.
I mean, the thing is, Um. Okay, so there's something that Islam says. It says if you want to help people, start with the people around you. So me personally, people around me, I have such around me. So if I start with that, I mean other people too, I can when I see them, it's emotional at some point. And it's quite heartbreaking. But there's so much that you can do. Not so much. What's the word? I keep using the
There's
wrong.
only so much.
There's only so much that you can do. If you start with the people around you and gradually they help the people around them, I think that makes a change. But there's really not much that you can do, if that's the word.
No, you have a very, very solid mindset. Like, you don't seem to be.
You can't change the
disturbed.
world alone.
I know. There's a whole lots of people.
Yes.
But no, these are not in the world the case. This is Nigeria, our dear country. How do you feel about your country? Our country? You're indifferent.
What am I supposed to feel about it? I'm here. They gave birth to me here. I grew up here. What am I supposed to feel? I mean, we're going through hardship. Yes, quite all right. But what else?
There's no light.
That's the least of our problems.
Hey,
Yes,
that's
it's
number
the
one.
least
Though.
of our... No, light? Do you know how many people sleep without food in their tummy?
I think light.
Light is the least of our issues. You know that only urban areas require light? People in the villages, do you think they use light?
You know why I think light is number one?
Why?
Everything will get cheaper overnight. Dangote will not sell his spaghetti at 100 naira, 200 naira because he's buying diesel 1,000 naira per liter.
What makes you think Dangote is buying diesel at 1,000 naira per liter?
Any amount is buying it. It's very expensive. Running your companies on generators. AUN, why do you think our fees is this high? And have you been to Gen Halls before?
Mm-mm.
You know, there was a time that we didn't have lights for.
But it was
They
not
took-
only
they-
people
they-
now,
they
it
took-
was the whole town.
They took light from 12 a.m. and brought it back.
It was not only people, it was the whole town.
But when-
It was a day before Eid.
But when AUN.
That makes no difference.
That's well.
Do you know why it makes no difference?
Why?
Because finally, you people are finally feeling what other people are feeling. No offense. It might not be you exactly. Maybe you might know how other people are living. But if we're here shouting, there is no light, there is no light. People go heat. Is it because you even have a room and a bed to sleep on? Do you know how many people in this state don't have rooms? First, rooms, that's even a luxury. Do you know how many people don't have mats to sleep on?
I know about all that, but
But what?
we are in AUN.
Some of these
We're
things
paying
you don't
we're
take
paying
it.
usually for a service.
No, some of these things
American
it's not the
University.
school's fault. When you look at it in general, it's not the school's fault. The school there's so much that the school can do. Is that the saying?
Oh.
There's what's the saying
There's
that
so
you
much
just
I can do,
corrected
but
me?
this is
This is what?
basic. This is the
If you think so.
this is the barest minimum. You know
If you think
when
so.
I look around and yes, I know that we're definitely being in AUN is a privilege in itself because how many people can come here. But then if AUN is suffering like this, is struggling with all these issues like lights, facility management, and all these things, then like
One thing I'll give
which is one of the
AUN
best in Nigeria. Then,
One thing I'll give AUN is they held up the school for a while, even when the country was going down, like based on our economy. AUN was still prospering. This is maybe after like 3 years. It's now that we're finally feeling the effect of the country on the school. Do you understand what I mean? Like when the economy actually went down, AUN did not go down. They still held up the prestige and the standards and the basics and everything. But I mean, after 3 years is when we're feeling it, when everybody else has felt it by 1 year when our economy went down. So, I mean, yes, you paid for a service, but there's really, you can't really give the school that much crap because they've done their best.
it's what you're rooting for. You know, are you an ambassador?
I'm not.
Are they paying? Are they paying?
No, the thing is, I try to put myself
In
in
their
the
shoes
shoes
of
of
the
the
management.
people that manage it. Things are not so black and white. I hope you know that. Things are not just so left and right. There's left to the right, there's right to the left. So it's really not as we see it as students.
If I give you I want to buy airtime now. 500 naira MTN, and I give 500 naira. I expect you to give me my 500 naira MTN, but don't expect you to without telling me this is not black and white. So I'll give 450.
I mean, you can choose to leave now. So it's not that deep.
But you get where I'm coming from.
No, I get what
you can't come and
mean.
telling me because
No, I'm not
this,
giving
that.
excuses for them. I'm just saying that sometimes you have to put yourself in the shoes of people that do these things. These things are not that easy.
See, not everybody can put themselves in their shoes because some people that are here are not. They never schooled. Some never schooled in Nigeria. Some is their first time in Nigeria. Some like maybe they're transfer students, and you tell them they should put themselves in whose shoes. This is not the life they're used to. Like, what do you mean by shoes? I paid you so and so amount, and this is what you told me you're going to offer, and I'm coming here, and you're not offering me this.
That's why I'm telling you. I am putting myself in their shoes. I do not expect everybody to put themselves in their shoes, because see, me genuinely, I feel like we're under luxury in this area. From the bottom of my heart. Why? Because we have the amenities that people don't have. For us, this is the bare minimum. For people outside school is a luxury. So we have to appreciate the little that we have.
Asmau.
Do you understand?
I won't buy
I don't know
at all.
You won't buy the what?
Ever. I won't buy this appreciation thing.
Okay.
Yes, I know we should be grateful and this and that. Well, it's not free.
I mean,
people are toiling their backs to pay this money. It's costly. So,
let me use my dad as an example. The first time that I don't know if this was my second semester. I think there was a parents group chat that there was sand in their kids' food. This. My dad was like, but that's very absurd. You are making a big deal out of something that is not a big deal. When we're all growing up, there was sand in everybody's food. So why is it that when there's sand in your child's food is a big deal? It's not just to pick out the rocks and eat the food. Like, some things are not meant to be that big of a deal. Maybe I'm just looking at it from a completely different perspective, but some things are not that deep. Do you understand?
They're not that deep, but these parents are really struggling to pay these fees. And when
I know.
they have an expectation in mind. When they're, obviously, there are schools they're government schools, if you want to suffer. There are places you're going to suffer. But then...
Okay, just for a few hours of no light is now an issue.
It was almost 12 hours plus.
It's not even up to a day.
It was... Well, but we're students, we have assignments to submit, we have things to get done, we have deadlines. Your laptop is there. You paid me so much. Okay, you say you're involved politically here. So what's...
Yeah, I was a senator for a semester before I resigned when I was leaving for London.
In the SGA? Wait, you resigned? You didn't go for a new position?
No, when I was leaving, I had to resign. Because the senatorial position is 2 semesters, not 1 semester. So I served for a semester. The next semester that I was supposed to serve, that was the semester I went to London.
So what do senators do in the SG, the student government?
You you supervise the executive. That's one. Then you represent your dorms.
Supervise the executive, like the president and the vice president and
of the SG, yes. And the directors.
When you supervise, like when they are doing...
You monitor them. You monitor the decisions they make. Is it based on the constitution of the school? You monitor... Yeah, basically.
And if it's not, what will you do about it?
You bring it up for the Senate to look up to. For the Senate to look into. Then when they look into it and there's clear justification of why this person did this, why this person is overlooked, then when it's not, then an impeachment comes in and things like that. Or they take you out completely.
You can impeach a president?
Yes.
And then put to divide?
I mean, I don't know if a new election will be done. I'm not sure about that.
Has it ever happened since you came to this school?
No, I don't know. I was in the SGU for a semester, so I wouldn't know.
But no, since you came to this school,
I've not been that active in the school. I don't even know what's going on with the rest of the school. I'm just in my head.
Well, why did you choose to be? Why did you choose to join the SG? What did you want?
I wanted to represent my dom.
Your what the Vobi?
Aisha Kandi.
Ashakandi. The posh kids.
What is it? Posh kids?
You
They have the
why I
same
say that?
facilities as
No,
everybody.
I know, but like that's the perception. Most students have the people that say AK, that Ashakandi. Like your dorm looks like a hotel. Like they should just come in.
AK is one of the worst dorms in the school. The walls are even cracking. They've even cracked. Our floors are bringing out water without an explanation. Just some bizarre things.
But that's not what we see when we go there.
Are you not on the outside? Are you inside the dorm with us?
So how do you know is the worst in comparison to other?
Others, the buildings are still standing strong. Have you noticed? Like Volpe.
Vopi is a
buildings are
different dorm.
strong.
Yeah, I think it was built by Judas Pedro. Body girl, Vopi girls and Vopi boys.
Okay, there's that. Then, apart from the buildings, I really don't have anything else to say. Because it's the buildings I'm comparing, like the structure of the buildings.
What have you enjoyed the most in hearing? I just list them in succession.
The opportunity to run a business and fail and succeed.
But then that's not on the school, that's on you on personal purpose.
Yeah, that's my own. Like, is that not what you want? What did you say?
What you've enjoyed most here?
Yeah, what I've enjoyed most. I've enjoyed making money.
How much do you think you've made so far? Like, if you just like a random estimate. In profit, not in gross.
Over 1 million.
In the past 4 years.
Yes.
So, like, do you think you actually paid good use of that money or use it to buy ice cream and
I don't even take ice cream.
no, but, like, do you actually think you invested the money well? Or
I invested back in the business.
So you're not a big spender. You don't like.
I usually have a budget and I follow the budget.
What are the things that you feel? What do you spend your money on?
Food.
Yeah, everybody spends their money on food. That's not what we're talking about.
What do you mean
You know,
then?
example, like me, I love gadgets. So basically, all my money goes to you ladies, jewelries,
I don't buy
bags.
jewelry. I don't buy bags.
But you're just looking like a hot madam. Do you see yourself?
I bought it with my father's money.
Oh, your dad has buying all that.
No, he's
but-
not the one buying. I mean, he tells you, bring a budget for clothes. You give him a budget, you defend the budget. If the budget looks feasible, he will give you the money. That's it.
What? But you yourself, what things do you use your own money? Because you can't be telling your father every time that you want.
It's food.
this
I've
and
told you this. It's food. I'm usually satisfied with the money they give me to buy clothes. I buy clothes and I keep. I buy bags and I keep. I buy shoes and I keep. So I don't really go all the way to buy a new bag, a new shoe, new clothes. It's really not my forte.
And you're not into makeup. You're not into. No, but jewelry. You're not into jewelry too. How can you just say
My money goes into food,
when you say food
like fine dining.
oh
Cravings and the rest.
Oh, so that's why you spend all your money.
Yes.
So you can just like see one burger on Instagram that they said and you and then that's it.
Yeah.
You see one hot pizza that's selling. This Hilda Bassey girl that can you cook how long? What do you think?
I cannot do 96 hours.
No, but what do you think? Wait, she's done?
I think they said she finished by like 5 p.m.
Oh. What's the max? What do you think how many hours do you think you can cook?
12
And
hours.
You can cook for 12 hours cooking? With all the heat in the kitchen and running around and
Just open the windows.
12 hours, okay. 12 times 5 is what?
12 times 5 is not, it's 60, isn't it?
So you can't go 12 hours consecutively for 5 days.
No.
What will happen to you mentally?
It's not mentally, it's physically. My body gets to, for me personally, my leg swells up. So I would need to take a break of more than 12 hours.
Do you know I can cook?
Can you? What's your specialty?
Spag.
The most basic food, you mean?
I'm a guy. and they can cook spag. They're meant to be like cheering me on. Yeah,
My brother can cook. No.
What foods does your brother cook?
Everything Italian.
He can
As
cook
long as
egusi
they-
soup.
We don't eat egusi in my house like that.
He can cook. I want to hear the locals because all these jollof fries we can all cook those things. So I want to hear the locals.
Can Ian cook locals?
So you can cook afang. This what they call this? No, not afang. What was this soup?
Okra?
Not okra.
Kuka?
This banga soup.
We don't
It's
eat
called.
banga.
How do you guys eat as well?
That's not a northern soup now. Banga is.
Banga now. You can take with rice. You can take with swallow. With
We don't
eba.
eat banga. Banga is not a northern delicacy.
So what are your northern delicacies?
Okra.
Okra is northern this thing. Are you sure?
Yes.
Ok.
We just have a different way of cooking it. Okra.
I grew up with okra, so that you tell me that okra is a northern delicacy.
No, all of us have it. We just cook it differently.
So it's a Nigerian staple.
Yes.
Okay, okra, huh?
I don't know the name in English. Kuka.
I've
It's
heard about
greenish.
it a lot. They start with everything in the calf.
Once in a while.
What else?
Pumpkin soup.
I don't know what
It's
it is.
called taushe.
I don't know.
It's with spinach.
I don't know what that is. I've not eaten it before.
Moringa. That's zogale.
I think moringa is not a plant.
Yeah, you make soups out of leaves now, don't you? Moringa, there's galaganji. That one is in Fulfulde. I don't know the name in Hausa.
Kalaganji. Yeah, I think the words.
There's gubudo.
Gubudu.
That was in Fulfulde too. There's which other one? Gabai. Gabai too is in Fulfulde. Some of these soups I don't know them in Hausa.
Oh, let me tell you the soups I can cook. Igusi. Obono, that's okra soup.
How is obono okra?
Obono is okra.
How is it okra?
You know, okra soup is when you have added the okra. But then the original taste of obono. That's something that you pound or you grind and then that draws. That's the obono. So what do you guys call it here?
We don't have obono here. Obono is not okra.
What makes your okra to draw?
The okra itself.
Draws.
The okra itself draws now, don't you?
Wait.
Doesn't it?
Yes, but what's that seed that they put inside and they pound?
Do you mean what's the name of that thing? The dawa? Is that what you mean?
So probably the name. That's why you guys call it in the north.
But the
The
dawa
south
doesn't
call it-
make it draw.
Okay, it doesn't, but basically, you have to pound it or grind it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Do you cook?
I know that ogbono and okra are two completely different soups. That's what I know.
They're the same thing, you know. You know that you
They're
add the
not
okra
the
later.
same.
Like in my house, how we cook it, like after they cook the bodo, when you now want to serve someone, you now cut the okra and cut it to the table and do them very fresh. But
So they eat the okra fresh with the ogbono.
Yes, but the obono has been in the freezer, so you just put the okra inside it, put the vegetable inside it, with your meat, everything, turn it. Have you been to the south? What state did you go to?
We
Lagos.
lived in Calabar for a while.
Oh, you say your dad
Was a naval officer. Then we lived in Lagos, and I've been to PH.
When did you go to PH? You know I stay in PH.
Do you?
Yes.
Now your narrow road state.
Naro Road. Where did you stay? PH? Rubudara, Rubukushi?
I don't know where I stayed. I stayed in a friend's house.
But do you prefer what Lagos and Port Harcourt look like to what you like?
I prefer what Yola looks like.
Nah, I don't even smile. That's why you're being
No, I
biased
do. You
because you're from
people
Yola.
have congested roads. We don't have that here. We have fresh air. You people don't have it.
Yeah, but there's an oil producing states, and there are lots of bomb or illegal refineries causing all that.
Is it not better for me?
Well, I
to
understand that, but
fresh
then
air?
this place is very, very boring.
For you people that live in other states, yes. It's
You live in hot places. When I say hot, the energy is high. Here it's so docile.
But everything that is done on that side is not done here. Do you understand?
Like,
When you say hot places, what do you mean? Places that have activities?
yeah,
Like what?
things that just look out. You've been to the south. You should understand what I'm saying. Here it's
Yeah,
not
but
as
what you people do is not what we do. Do Do you understand? So what you people enjoy might not be what we enjoy. Do you understand? Like parties, you people enjoy parties, you people enjoy your palm wine and all that. We don't do
So
that.
you don't enjoy partying?
We don't have parties here. The parties we have are weddings. Then once in a while we throw in a birthday party, but that one too culturally is not like it's widespread. Do you
What
understand?
if you get married to a man that loves to show you and all this?
I mean, what's my own is
You can enjoy.
what's shy? What does that mean?
Shall you sit and enjoy a drink? You.
Please, he cannot be drinking alcohol.
It must not be alcohol, but you
Okay, because I needed to get that out there. But what our lives are completely different.
You don't no clubs, no.
Nothing.
How do you let off steam? See, you know this world, this life is too hard. So once in a while, you need to
You people let off steam in a completely different
partying.
way.
And so how do you let off steam?
I mean, you go to your friend's house, you see them, you move on. You vented and you move on.
No. You know, this sounds up to me because I know you.
Their
what does
weddings
that-
once in a while, naming ceremonies once in a while. So I mean, you.
So that's
you
that
do it
once
there.
in a while they let off steam.
Yes.
Ah.
What do
When
you mean by
when
let
your
off steam?
boss
You don't
has
necessarily
annoyed you
have
at
to
work.
party to let off steam.
Hey, you know, I was just like, well, I get that. But we're just recharging. Just when you, by the
In
time
parties, you recharge.
Hey, you
When
know,
you sleep and wake up, you recharge.
I know, but when you don't reminisce sleeping and waking up, or you reminisce sky that night in that club.
When you remember God, that wedding I went to.
I know, weddings are hot too, but I think that's it. Thank you for being on my podcast, Asmau. You know, this is the last
Thank you
time. This
for
is the last
having
time I'm gonna see you for the next how many years?
Why you not stay for grad?
She pays 5,000 naira.
For what?
If you want to stay, you pay 5K. You know, you didn't get the mail.
I think I got it. I just did not read it.
I won't die then. That's a whole flight ticket.
Where are you going back to?
Port Harcourt. Abuja friends and I'll stay in Abuja for like maybe a week.
Okay. I wish you all the best in life.
Muchas gracias. I will see this pretty face again.
I won't bless you people in the AM with this face again.
To end this, I'll leave us this quote by Leisure Seneca. It's not that we have little time, but more that we waste a good deal of it. Thank you for listening.